Very warm and sensational good evening to all the scholars. Myself, Prem Shankar Pandey, welcome you all on the behalf of Pearl Education to this grand interview of NET JRF tycoon Namit Kumar Tiwari. So, in today's session, that is going to be very informative, very inspirational, and very motivating for all the scholars. And at the end of the session, we will have the question answer session where you can ask your doubts and questions to the net expert. And at the end of the session, I am going to display the cutoff percentage of English literature that is prepared by me for converting percentile into percentage, because this is the most resonating factor that is going on in the mind of all the scholars, that how to convert percentile into percentage, how many marks I'm lagging behind, how to prepare. So all those factors will be resolved in today's session. So this session is going to be very informative, and you have to wait till the last when I'll display the cutoff percentage that is almost 99.9% accurate. So I welcome Namit Kumar Tiwari on the platform of the Pearl Education, and I really congratulate you, millions and millions congratulations to you for your outstanding success.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Prem, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. And thank you for having me here on this platform, sir. I really feel honored, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. The outstanding position that you have achieved has really is going to change your lifestyle, your future, and the entire thing is going to be changed. That is for very sure.
Yes, sir, definitely, sir, because knowledge is never wasted, sir. What we learn, that will always help to improve our personality and our outgoing, sir. Definitely, sir.
Okay, so we have lots of audience today, and everyone is looking for your inspirational words and the guidance. But before that, I let you know that there are some scholars who could not qualify, who could not make their net this time. There are few scholars like who are doing job and they are not getting sufficient time. We have the scholars like who are the housewives and they're not getting sufficient time for study. So we have varieties of scholars tonight, and keeping in view of the benefit of every scholars, I think that you will be able to suggest them some good points. But before we start about those things, I would like to introduce yourself to all the scholars so that they will be able to understand your background and so that they can relate themselves to you. But before that, I would like to say one thing, why I'm asking you to introduce yourself, because long ago, there was an athlete called Usain Bolt. Before
Yes, sir.
Usain Bolt became the fastest runner of the earth, nobody could believe that a 100-meter race can be completed in 9.58 seconds. But the moment Usain Bolt completed that race in 9.58 seconds, the same year, 72 people completed the same race in the same second. So it shows that if one can do, others can do. So,
Yes, definitely, sir.
so it has to be started from one place and it keeps on spreading. So that is the reason I would like to introduce yourself. Tell me something about your background, your family, your profession.
Yes, sir, definitely, sir, I would like to share. My name is Namit Kumar Tiwari, as you already mentioned my name, sir. And basically, I hail from Ayodhya, a small city in Uttar Pradesh, and I studied there itself. And I completed my 12th standard in 2003. And after that, I got a job in central government's organization. And for that reason, I have to drop out my studies in 2003 itself. 2005, sorry, 2005 itself. And when I involved with my job and my profession is such a way where I hardly find any time to do anything except sleeping and enjoyment. And like others also, if you find some job, some money at early age, and it is very hard to go back for studies because we all want to get rid of the studies. So likewise, I was also one of them. And when I got job, I just left everything. Okay, that I now I have some money in my pocket, so just enjoy. And but there was something that was keep on bothering me, sir. Actually, I want to prove something, but due to my professions, I hardly get any time, so I was not able to even do my studies. But after 6 or 7 years, I decided that I should not waste my time in merely enjoyment. I must do something to prove myself. So after 7 years, sir, I again started doing my graduation, sir, in 2012, sir. And then I completed my graduation along with my masters. And in 2017, my masters with 55.8% marks only, sir. So again, I got disappointed with my marks. So after that, sir, I'm still doing my job, and still in job, sir. But when I completed my masters, sir, actually I wanted to appear in UGC net, but I was not sure that whether I was eligible for the UGC net or not, because I was just on the verge of the 55%, as they asked, I think 55%. So I was not sure that whether I was eligible or not. But after some time, I got the information that I can appear in the examination. And in 2019, sir, I started the examination. So this is the brief history about me, sir.
Okay, that's great. So I could find out some unique factors in your introduction. One was that you left your study in 2005 and continued left for 7 years. There was a
Yes,
gap of 7 years. So that is
yes, sir.
again an amazing factor, and it's a matter of inspiration to all the scholars that if you have left your study, that doesn't matter. Study can be started at any point of time. The second thing that inspired me specifically, that again you started preparing for graduation and completed in 2017 with only 55.7% marks. So
Yes, sir.
but the perception I have got from several scholars that until you score more than 60%, it's very difficult to qualify net. So it's really, really
Uh,
inspiring words by you. So
I would like I would
yes,
like
yes.
to add I would like to add one more thing, sir, that I pursue my graduation as well as masters as a private student, sir, because as I am in job, I could not spare much time for studies, so I have pursued my
Okay,
masters in
that's great.
as a
That means
private
you have
student.
completed graduation and post-graduation both from the distance education.
Yes, sir, distance education.
Okay, okay. So that is again an amazing factor that a student who has completed his graduation as well as post-graduation from the distance education can also get All India ranking 46. That really, really great achievement by you. So next I would like to ask you that what is that thing which pinched you, which inspired you to go for NET? There so you have several professions in this world. What was that?
Sir, actually not for net, sir. We can say actually net in English, sir. And it is a
Okay.
sir, very it is an embarrassing as well as motivational story, sir, behind this. When I was doing my academics, sir, I got failed in half yearly examination of my 11th standard, sir, and particularly in
Okay.
English subject, sir.
Oh,
And
that's it.
that was very humiliated situation for me, because if you fail sometime, na, sir, your well wishers used to ask many questions. Means they want to talk to you at
Yes,
that time.
yes.
If you get success, then no one will come and ask anything, or they will not talk to you. But if you fail somewhere,
Very right.
they will poke you and they will try to talk with you. They will try to console you because they are our well wishers.
Yeah,
So
many people are around us waiting for us
yes,
to
sir.
get failed. Yeah,
Yes,
very
sir.
right.
Yes, sir. So that was a
Very
very
right.
humiliating for me, and I felt very impressed in front of my parents. And I decided one incident happens with me, sir, that someone has passed some comment on me, and I decided at that particular moment that I have to do something extra in this subject English, because I belong to that place, sir, where English is still a, you can say, taboo thing. People don't think anything about English because we are very good in Hindi. We think in Hindi, and even myself also, I have grown up while reading Premchand, Kabir, Tulsi, Surdas, all writers. Even I don't remember any English writer which I have studied in my 11th, 12th, 10th in any class. I don't remember any one of the English writers, but yes, still I remember all the Hindi writers, Hindi literature writers with their works. So this is the difference, sir, where we belongs to. But still, I determine that I have to do something in this subject, that is particularly in English subject. And you will not believe, sir, after completion my 12th standard examination, I score a good marks in English, and I found this job, which the job I am doing presently. I found this job only on the basis of the English subject, because there was a major portion of the questions they asked from English, sir. So this is the beginning of doing something extra. And that particular time I was not known about UGC net, but yes, I was thinking something to do, that if I will do masters, or whatever highest class in English literature or English subject will be there, I will go up to that class. So when I started my graduation, I come to know that we can appear for PhD, UGC net, all those things came to know known to me. Then I thought that I should go for the UGC net, sir.
Okay, that's great. Actually, many of the scholars, when they get failed, they get discouraged, demotivated, and they quit. But you took your failure into the positive direction. That's really an amazing thing. Take it the failure as a challenge, and to defeat all the challenges. That is again a very marvelous thing that I can find in you. So, can you share with me about when you started this journey of net, and what was those hurdles that came in between?
Yes, sir. After completion my masters in 2017, sir, I was in an impression that I am not eligible for the UGC net. But in 2019, I come to know that no, I can very much appear in this examination. So I started preparing in, I think, March 2019, sir, March or April 2019. First, I think about this thing when the forms of UGC net came out. Then I started thinking about this uh, prestigious exam, and I filled the form and I started preparing. But I was not able to know the things from where I have to start, what the things should I study, because if you appear for any examination, you must understand the syllabus, you must understand the patterns of the they ask. And I was not aware of any all these things. I was very, we can say, much unmature student at that time. But still, I tried get something, whatever knowledge I had, whatever I interviews I have seen. So I appeared in the examination and I scored only 47% in that attempt, sir. But
Okay.
I didn't get demotivated. It gave me, sir, more courage that yes, I can do something in this field.
Okay, that's great. One more thing I would like to share, that as you said that you are a government employee, so how much time you spend in the profession and how much time you spend in family, health, and finally whatever is left here that comes to the study part. So
Yes,
would you
sir.
like to share that?
Yes, sir. During my starting, when I started preparing UGC seriously, I found it very difficult to manage all the things, because I hardly find any time for the sake of studying only, because there is no time for the study, specifically study. There was no time for with me. I spend 10 to 12 hours with my job. They seek many times from much time from us. So after sparing 10 to 12 hours an average with my office, in my office with my job, it is very hard to get any time for yourself, about apart from your families and many more commitments everyone has. But yes, sir, there is nothing possible without making some sacrifices. Every success needs some sacrifices, so we have to make some sacrifices. And I was very much fond of sleeping, sir. Actually, it is one of the my favorite hobby, sleeping.
Okay.
So I have to quit my this hobby for a longer period. And I also quit watching TV, using mobile phone unnecessarily, all these things. Whenever I pick up the mobile, I try to find out the questions. I never try to find out PDF and all, but whatever I want to know from the mobile, that is questions only. I search for the questions. So whatever time I got for myself, sir, like after 8 o'clock in the night, I try to utilize those time for the study only. From 8 to 10, hardly, mostly I try to study for 2 to 3 hours in a day. But it is not fixed that I have to study for 4 hours or 2 hours. Whenever I got time for 1 hour, I utilize that 1 hour for in a study. And whenever I got 6 hours, 8 hours, I utilized that time for studies. And slowly, slowly, sir, I found it, sir, very interesting that people ask me, क्या कर रहा है? तो I used to say, मैं अपना टाइम पास करूँ. बोले क्या कर रहा है टाइम पास? बोले किताब पढ़ रहा हूँ. So I started passing my time with studying, with reading the books, studying, solving the question papers. I started enjoying all these things, sir. So in this the way, sir, I manage my time.
Okay, so basically, you can suggest that, and at an average, we need to study for 3 to 4 hours a day to make qualify such type of national level exams.
Yes, sir. On regular basis, if you study 2 or 3 hours, that is more than sufficient, sir. On weekend, you can get some more time if you can.
Yeah, very right. So, few of your words really touched my heart. That is unnecessary use of mobile. That is very, very important factor. Every time that mobile has become a part of our heart, it keeps
Yes.
beating like a heart. So that we have to take care of that whenever we are using any electronic devices like mobile, computer, Facebook, WhatsApp. So whether you are using for your own purpose, for some development, or just for passing your time. So that is very important. The second thing that I inspired is using television. That is also you have stopped watching television and wasting your time. So obviously those times you utilized for your own development. That is really very tremendous thing that I found. So now coming to the feelings and the emotion, finally after how many attempts and how many months it took to qualify this exam?
Yes, sir. We can say it took, sir, have more than 1 year, sir, and it is my third
Okay.
attempt. This one is my third attempt, sir. As I already mentioned that in my first attempt, I could able to get only 47% marks because there was no guidance. I was not known to anyone, anything, and slowly, slowly, but one thing I did, sir, and I suggest everyone who is listening to us, whenever you appear in any exam, after examination, no matter how much you scored in that exam, try to analyze your own question paper. Whatever question paper you have appeared, once the question paper is out, please try to solve again that question paper. No matter it is whether you have succeeded or not. If you have not succeeded in that attempt, please after uh, थोड़े दिन के गम के बाद थोड़े दिन गम बना लीजिए. थोड़े दिन you can mourn for 2 or 3 days, but after you have to again pull up your socks and you have to go again and you have to check whether I have lagged in that examination. For that, you have to analyze that question paper again in your own with your own knowledge. Don't try to someone else to come and analyze that question for you. It is you who have appeared and who have committed mistakes in that question paper. So again, appear in that question paper, try to analyze where you have made silly mistakes, where the mistakes can be avoided, and where you are not known the things and you could study while your preparation time. So all these things will help you when you appear in the next time, because all if you know where you lag this time and where you when you suppose if you have made any guess and if your guess is not work is this time, so try to analyze why this answer is correct and why whatever I have chosen as a guess, why it is wrong. So with all these things, if you do all these things, definitely you will improve in the next attempt because you will have some clear idea about the questions and about your guess also, how to make a guess.
Okay,
So
one more important question I would like to, sorry to interrupt in between. The most
yes,
important question, as you said that you failed twice, and there are many scholars who have joined us who have failed this time. So can you share your feelings when you used to fail?
yes, sir. Actually, first time when I failed, it was not that much hurtful because that time I didn't study much. I don't know anything, so it was okay, okay. But second time I put everything on stake. As I mentioned, that I stopped watching TV, stop using. I make keep a gap with our kids. So all those things I have committed. I sacrifices, and I scored only 53.6%. I think in that examination, and the cutoff was something like 54.7, something like that. So I just
Okay.
lagged it with a 1%. marks are only. So that, and that result comes on the eve of 30 New Year, sir, on the 31st December. I still remember.
Yes, yes.
And you can imagine, sir, if you can't get any examination with 1% or 1 mark, 2 marks, then it is how it feels, sir. It really hurts, and it is very, it can break you, sir, from inside. And at that time, I felt
Mm.
like whatever sacrifice I made is going to vain, because if you don't succeed, you are not going to tell anyone whatever you have got, because once you study as a family member or whatever you are doing in your profession, but whenever you are going for study, people are used to say, "अरे क्या collector बन जाएगा पढ़ के छोड़ यार चल." People used to say like this, because they are people who keep on demotivating you. They are not going to encourage you. Okay, they are always going to,
Really,
अरे collector, बहुत लोग collector बन गए ऐसे पढ़ के 2 घंटे. So likewise, so
really.
I also have had all those things during my preparation. So I thought, now what else? Because if you failed for a large gap, then it is okay, something you can console yourself. But if touch the you are about to touch the crossing line and you just stop before the crossing line, it is very really feeling very hurtful, sir. So that time I
Mm.
got very nervous, and I also quit, think that I should quit at that very moment. I thought it is not
Okay.
my cup of tea. I was not able to do this, but still I remember one thing, that whenever you fail, I that time I realized one thing, sir, and I will also share that thing, that I got 53%. It means whatever I have studied, I have gained 53% out of 100 of UGC net syllabus. It means next time I have to focus only on 10 to 20%, because I am not going to achieve 100% at any moment. But yes, I can achieve 60%, 70%. So already I have achieved up to 53%. So I have to put 10% more effort. So this time I have 6 months and I have to put only 10% of effort which I have made in earlier attempt. So like I thought that, okay, no, once I have to appear this, and let's check the UGC net again. So I challenge UGC net, sir. Maybe it feel like bragging, but I'm not bragging. But in my uh, inside my mind, I challenge UGC net. You set the question paper, I am coming. So likewise,
Oh,
everyone
that's
can do
good.
it.
That's
Everyone
good.
can do it. This is for the sake of your own, motivation. You can motivate yourself by doing all these things. This is not a thing that you say anyone else. It is for your own sake. You can do anything like in your mind, so that it can make you encourage, and make you feel enthusiastic while you prepare for anything.
Okay, that's good. Actually, I'm receiving several questions by the scholars, so I'll take all those questions at the end of the session. So that is a request for all the scholars. You can keep posting your questions so that we can discuss those questions, and I'll ask those questions at the end of the session. And it was really a tremendous feeling after having failed by 1%. You thought of hitting the ball outside the stadium. That means just crossing the limits of net, JRF, everything. So that's really, really it's amazing thing. Okay, so
Thank you, sir.
now I'll be coming to the preparation part. But before that, a very important factor that I would like to ask you, that the day when you came to know that you have qualified JRF, what was your feelings?
Sir, it was like I am in the air.
Okay.
uh, because like others, sir, no one can guess all these things. Yes, I was expecting that I will achieve more than 60%, but I was not expecting this much, sir. I was not expecting that I will be one among the toppers, or one among the JRF qualifiers. But yes, I was somewhere, because when I uh, came out from the examination hall, I had something in my mind that, okay, I have appeared well, and I can score up to this percent marks. But it is a tendency of human tendencies. When you came out and you see on the social media and other sources that this paper is tough, this paper was tough. So like that, I got nervous. Like that, this time paper was very tough, so I may not be get that much score, but uh, still I was some hope that I will get something around 60% or 61%. But when I heard that I have got 64%, and it is very much clear to JRF, so I really, sir, it is really something like you unexpected thing. If you find something unexpected, it really gives a great immense pleasure to you, sir.
Yeah,
Unbelievable pleasure.
it's the when you achieve something out of the hard work, it really gives a huge pleasure, and
and
especially
and
when yes,
it
please.
just it just sir apply a ointment on my previous wound. पिछली बार जितना
Well,
घाव लगा था सर उस पे मरहम लग गया सर इस बार.
exactly. So when you achieve success after failure, it gives more pleasure and more enthusiasm. That's
Yes
very
sir.
right. Okay, so now coming to our practical part, as all of us know that there are two papers, paper one and paper two, and both are equally important to qualify this such a national level exam. So I'll start with first paper two, that when you thought of preparing the net, so what was the study material that you started from, and what was the study material that ended with? So kindly share all your experiences with this audiences.
Yes sir, definitely sir, because study material very important in order to achieve your goal, because you must understand what to study and what not to study. Sir, when I started my preparation, as I told you that I was not aware a single English writer before that, before my graduation. So in my my graduation was also as a distance education, so I was not that much familiar with all those things, but yet I have some idea about the some writers, some major writers of British literature. So when I started my preparation, I got one book, sir. I would like to tell you that book to everyone. I like this. Found this book. Someone has mentioned this book for me. You should.
Can you keep the book back so that it will be visible? Okay, okay, fine.
Trivedi books,
Yes,
compendious
so I
history of
got this
English
book
literature.
first time, and I started studying this book, and I found this book okay, because there is no book that is a bad book. Every book has contains some useful material, some knowledgeable material. But the basic thing is if that material is useful for yourself or not. This is the basic thing, because if you are studying for UGC, you are preparing for UGC net, and you are studying this book, think do you think that this book is very helpful? Because this book has everything, I agree, but you have to put more effort and more time to get the extract, get the wanted thing which you want really for your examination. There are many things that is not required for UGC net, but you have to study all the things to get the extracted materials from here. So I wasted my time to my 2 to 3 months in this book. As you can see, I have highlighted many things. but when it comes to revision, you can't revise only seeing the highlighted things, isn't it? It is very difficult to revise all the pages, go and which one is the highlighted and why it is highlighted. So all these things become very uh, unnecessary. You can puzzle while doing revision with these books. Or the second option is you have to make the notes from all these books. So this all is going to take a lot of time. So in my second attempt, I found that this book, and I found this book is really very useful. This is by Kalyani Valat ma'am. This book is very good book for preparation of UGC net, because they also have given some many important things in a only important things in a proper manner. But this book is also I found lacking in some things. Likewise, it is not a complete book for your syllabus. They have given this book in 2 parts only, and they cover only up to I think Victorian era. So they have not covered all the aspects which you need. And for others book you have to purchase books like this. Means you have to purchase for cultural studies, you have to purchase book for some other theories, other things, American literature, German literature, what about all other literatures if you want to study. So I didn't find any book which cover all the things in the same book and with a proper manner. Proper manner means I want to say that the material which you require for your preparation, that material should be there, and which you don't require for your preparation, that material should be omitted from that book. Because if you have everything, then what is the use of getting the book? Okay, so during my next attempt I found this book. This is very I found this book very useful. And as you can see the condition of this book, I will show the condition of this book, how I studied this book. You can say how I licked this book. I licked this book, literally. I licked this book from my whole soul, and it is a. I got this book in one piece, and now it is in two piece. It is because I studied it while sleeping, while walking, every time. Whenever I get time, I just open this book. So why I'm saying this is book, I found this book is very important, because in this book you find each and every aspect of the syllabus, means whether it is British literature, major writers, minor writers of British literature, minor terms, major terms of literary criticism, American literature. It covers almost every major minor writers of American literature, German literature, Australian literature. Means whatever is there in your syllabus, this book contains everything. Nobel Prize winners, Sahitya Academy winners, everything you will find. The major literary terms, what is sonnet, so form of sonnets, everything you will get. Who coined this term? At the last, many people have this book. I understand that many people have this book, but I'm pretty sure that no one has reached up to the last page of this book, because the last 20 pages of this book are very important for your exam. Whenever you study this book, many people only emphasize on the uh, writers only. They don't want to study anything else. But in the last 20 or 50 pages of this book, you will find everything that which they ask. And you used to say that, oh, पता नहीं कहाँ से पूछ लिया ये क्या था. So that's why I want to say, sir, कि whenever you study, first to understand the syllabus. The second thing, you have to understand the pattern of questions, and according to the pattern of questions, you have to choose your book or whatever you material you are trying to study. Okay, suppose you have some other book, no problem. That book may be useful for you, because that is your strategy of studying. But try to make that book as per your convenient. Okay, try to find, if you don't find anything, try to make it there. If you find that, okay, this section is not there, so purchasing all 3-4 books, you have find everything in one book, so please go with one book. So, and the most thing that I liked in this book, sir, this book is this is a notes actually, and it escaped me from making notes. I didn't make anything. I didn't write anything. So people often ask me, please share your notes. How did you make note? So I would like to tell you, I never wrote anything except ABCD. What ABCD? I would like to show you. Means whenever I solve the question papers, I just like, okay, 1 ka A, 2 ka B, 3 ka C. Except this, I never written anything at any place. Apart from this book, whatever I have written, that is written in this book only. Like you can see, I will show you. Like you can see, I have written everything in this book. Whether that information is already contained in this book, but I found, if I found that information inside of this book, I would use to write that information at the beginning of the writers, with the writer's name, so that when I go again, I will find everything at one place. So I found this book, sir, and this book helps me a lot in scoring all these marks, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, Namit. And I am really honored to be an author of this book. And
yes, sir, definitely.
I have put my 3 years of hard work inside this, and when I am receiving the messages from various scholars that I've qualified because of reading your book, so I really feel honored. And again, thank you so much for giving credit to all these notes. So I'll request you to show some of the pages of the book again, because it was not clearly visible. How you actually read these books. Reading the books by a successful scholar is very important.
Okay, sir. So, as you can see, how I have written many things on almost every page of this book. You will find I have written everything on every page, something on every page on this book. And it doesn't mean that I have got all this information apart from this book. This information is already there in the book. But for example, I would like to show you one thing here. Is it? I don't think it is visible or not.
Yeah, it is almost visible. Almost visible.
If it is visible to you, that I have written in front of the boards by kids. So all this information is in this book itself. But if you have to revise, or if you want to know everything at one place, means if there are six odes or seven odes in the series here, but there is nothing, no more information about those odes on this major works of column hai. So if you once you read this, okay, this much odes are written by kids, so you will find all the information about those odes here itself. You don't have to go, you don't have to uh, turn your pages and search for, okay, which ode was, which quotation from which ode comes. So likewise, if you study likewise, you will find everything at one place, means you will find the works of kids as well as the characters, important quotations as what one place itself. I'm not telling you to write everything, no, but whatever you find that, okay, this may be asked in the examination, please write it down. There's no harm if you write anything. And likewise, if you find anything from any question from anywhere, because this book contains no question. So suppose if you are solving previous question paper, and you find any question related to any of the writers, okay, because this book contains almost every writer from every area of the world. So if you find any question regarding any writer, and you consider that this information may be useful for me for negation of the other options, so you just write down like this. Like I have written, this question was asked in June 2019. Okay, and this is the quotation, and who said like this. So likewise, you can write down the questions, not full question. You don't have to write full question. You have to write it down as a form of notes. Means you just write down, okay, this question was asked and what was the question. You don't have to write full options, four options, and all those things. You just write down the question and what is the answer, and the column at the particular writer's page from which the question was asked. So likewise, I just make a new book out of your book, sir. You can claim copyright, sir.
Okay, so I'll request you to show the front page. Many scholars are asking the name of the book. You can show the front page of the book so that they can take the screenshot. It is
it visible, sir?
Yeah, it is clearly visible. The title is World Literature in Your Feast, an assortment of English literature, and it contains the entire world literature starting from British, non-British, criticism, research methodology, pedagogy, everything from unit 1 to 10, everything is there inside that. Thank you so much.
Even research methodology is there, linguistic is there. You will find everything. Means how many vowels, how many consonants. We all find these terms are very difficult to find out how many English literature, so English language. So all these things are, I personally found difficult to find out, because you have to put a lot of effort to find out all these things together. But here you can find everything at one place. So it will reduce your effort and as well as your time. So I will, and one more thing, I will ask all of the users of this book who has already using this book, please write a review, because it is the serious student never write any review about anything, because they are very much serious about their studies only. Whatever material they got, okay, if it is okay, good, then they are keep on studying. They don't give any review about that thing. And people who are making marketing and all those things, they are keep on promoting their products. So please give your precious review, whatever you feel about anything, not only this book, but about any book you are using. If you find that yes, this book is very useful for you, please give some review, and share that book to others, so that it can be helpful for others who are preparing for UGC NET.
Okay, that's great, Namit. So one thing I came to know from writing another part of the book by you, that hard copies are very, very important. Nowadays,
yes,
most of the scholars are running behind PDFs. They are, someone selling PDF in 100 rupees, someone selling PDFs in 500 rupees, and people are storing those PDFs in their hard drives. So your comments about this thing?
Yes, sir. Actually, if you want to prepare for any examination, and examination like some prestige examination like UGC NET, UPSC, if you are preparing for all those examinations, please avoid touching mobile, laptop frequently. Please focus on the hardware, avoid software, okay? Because many people are asking for material, they are wasting their times in the preserving of the materials in the form of PDF. And every time they ask only about PDF, they don't want any book, they don't want nothing. But I am pretty sure that those they are asking for PDFs are meant only to be in the file, to be in a memory, to be in your laptop. You never open that PDF, although you are asking for some new PDFs. And many people join many groups in the quest of getting some more PDFs, some more materials. They always keep on asking, sir, please send some materials. अरे what material? घर थोड़ी ना बनाना है कि गिट्टी कम पड़ गई, मोरन कम पड़ गई है. जो मटेरियल मीन्स क्या, आप जो पढ़ाई studying, you come to know what you have to study. There are many things in the air, but you have to choose what is important for you. So please don't waste your time running behind the materials and PDF and all the things. Whatever you have got, just find out whether it is important or not. If it is not important, whether it is in PDF form or in the book form or in the notes form, if it is not important, there are many people selling the PDFs or selling the note which they have prepared. So first you just understand whether, because if you find any material of 500 pages, 600 pages, no one is able to study all the 500 pages, sir, in PDF form. I can challenge, sir. No one can able to, because you can't concentrate on the screen for reading 500 pages. No, you are not going to make anything. You are not going to amend anything. You can't write anything on that page. But it is book. You can read the book while you are lying down. You can read book while you are walking on the roof. So all these things you can do with the books, and books are give some comfort zone to you. Because if you start studying with the help of mobile or laptop, after 5 to 10 minutes you will switch over to Facebook or some extra things. So please don't waste your time after the PDFs and all. PDFs are not meant to study, although they are materials, but they are not study materials. They are wastage of time and wastage of your effort.
Very right, very right. So one thing is very sure for all the scholars, that kindly make your one book as a specimen where you can have
Yes,
all the information at one place, irrespective of all the units. So this is one book where you can make your own, you can note down your own word in your own words, some important points which is not there, which you feel it should be there, you can note down in one book. So make one book as your specimen. Do not run behind 20 books. It's not possible to go through all the 20 books and recall everything in your mind. So that's amazing thing that you have taught all the scholars. And now many questions are coming about how you prepared for paper one, because paper one also plays a very important role.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, as I told you, sir, I never believed on the online things or PDF things. So for paper one, sir, I have this book. I would like to show this book, sir. This is a KVS Madan book. This book is very helpful, sir, and this book is also very good, because in this book they also have all the 10 topics, and some topics they have discussed very in the very detail, but there somewhere they lack, because no one is perfect, sir, it is already told. So yes, there are some lacks, there are some something there where they lack, but you can fulfill that lack. First you go through with this book, you will find many interesting things, many important things, and UGC, I think that UGC ask many questions from this book only. If I talk about higher education, if I talk about the people and environment, if I talk about the teaching aptitude, you will find many concepts, many questions directly from this book only. But there are certain things that is not included by him in this book. So for that, what you can do, as I told you, that in paper 2, I used to write down many things in that book. So you can do that thing with this book also. And where you will get all these things to write? It means you have to purchase some more book? No, you don't have to purchase any other book to write. You have to do only one thing, because they have given all the 10 topics in this single book. What you have to do is, whether you download some app where you find the previous question papers or some practice set of question papers, you just solve the question paper. Paper 1 is very easy, we can say. By solving the previous question papers, 50 of the question you can appear without studying anything while solving the previous question, because they repeat either question or the concept behind the question. So if you the more you are solving the previous question paper, the more you will get confident, the more your concept will be clear. And with that, for that help, I will also recommend this book. You can get this book. This is very cheap book. This book is also belongs to TVS Madan. This book, there's nothing except previous question papers. Okay, although there are many answers given wrong, but slowly you will get some idea about which question is right and which question is wrong. Okay, so first you just study this book for your benefit, for your knowledge, for 1 month or 1.5 months, and afterwards you just try to solve all the questions from this book once, twice, thrice. No matter कि यार ये तो मैं कर चुका हूँ. No, that is not the case. Try to solve it once, twice, thrice, because they are questions from teaching aptitude, research aptitude. You solve the same question today, it might be correct, okay, but you solve same question after 3 days, you might be wrong. I feel personally all these things, that's why I'm saying, because you can't be sure about all those questions. No one can be so, because they ask some questions like this only. You may get confused between 1 or 2 options. You will feel okay, this time you feel okay, this one is correct. After 3 days you will feel okay, no, that was not, this must be correct. So likewise, but except that this book is very helpful. And for first paper 1, only one strategy make you clear, that is, please try to solve as many questions as you can do, and please give equal importance to paper 1 as you give the importance to paper 2. And the more, if you solve the question papers, don't try to solve simple question papers. Okay, first ka A, second ka B, whether it is right or wrong. No, try to understand the question itself. Don't try to understand the answer, just try to understand the question. If you understand the question, the next time, no matter how they twist the question, you will understand the question. So if you don't understand the question, you can't give the right answer. For giving the right answer, you must understand the question first. And in teaching aptitude and research aptitude, I found personally that there are many times I could not understood the question, what really they want to know from me. So for that, to better understand the question, you have to solve the many questions. You have to focus on the answers. Why this answer is correct? Why this was not correct? All these things will help you to understand the things slowly.
Oh,
yes.
that's that again. One thing has come out from the strategy of Namit, that making one book as a specimen and going behind that, practicing the questions, reading yourself. That is very, very important. Okay, one more question that I am getting again and again, that you started your preparation in 2019 and starting from zero, and zero to hero it just took 1 year. So the scholars are asking the question that how it was possible, where you took any guidance or coaching or mentoring.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. There is a very coaching or guidance is very important pillar, sir, for appearing for preparation for anything. Because if you prepare yourself, it is possible that you can get the success, but the success may be delayed, or you feel some trouble, or you feel yourself at some roundels where you don't know where you have to choose. Means आप अपने आप को कभी ऐसे स्थिति में पा सकते हैं कि आपको लगे कि अब मैं कहाँ जाऊँ. Like जब मैंने start किया, sir, when I started, I was in that situation itself, because I was not aware what to do, which book I have to use, what to study. And according to me, sir, whenever we prepare for any examination, rather than understanding the things which we have to study, the most important thing is which we have not to study. We have to focus on this aspect also, because this is also equal importance with the which we have to study. Because if you don't know what to leave, then you have to keep on studying. There are a lot of things in the as a material, because when we talk about world literature, it means we are talking about world, and world has no end. So if you don't know what to leave, and then you keep on studying, then there is no end of studying. You will keep on studying only. So you have to decide what portion you have to leave. So yes, when I started, there was no guidance. Without guidance, as I show you all the books, I purchased many books, 2 or 3 books for my study, but I did not find anything useful. But yes, here I feel proud to mention your name, sir, as well as the Pearl Education, because without mentioning all these names, without your guidance, proper guidance, your motivation, sir, you motivated us a lot, because when we feel down that okay, it is very hard to understand and things, it is very hard to get when you send the question papers. And I still remember many things that when I was not able to score many much marks in that question papers, I feel low. You keep on motivating us, no, it is not like this, you can do it, anyone can do it. So likewise, mentorship is very important, plays an important role in achieving our goal, because once a mentor is already gone through all the obstacles, you know which way you will go. It will the longer route, which one is the shortest route, where you will found the ditch, where you found the plain road. All these things. So mentorship is very important, sir. And many people would think that I am doing marketing for you here, but it is which is true. It's true. I have to say this because my success is not completed without mentioning this name. तो बाकी तो लोगों का क्या है सर, लोगों का तो काम ही है कहना. But one thing I would like to say here, sir, कि whenever you go for opting a mentor, whenever you seek a mentorship or a guide, please be careful, because choose a mentor or choose a guide according to your convenience. Means you must understand his way of expression, his way of expressing the things, explaining the things, because it is not like that. Okay, you should not be a part of the crowd. There was a fallacy in the syllogism known as ad populum. Means भीड़ ने कह दिया तो सही है. So you should not, because we all are well mature, we all have completed our masters, and we all have crossed that teenager wali age. So we all have matured, so we must understand what to opt and where to go. So whenever you try to choose anything, when you go to marketing and you choose something for yourself, you are very choosy. So be choosy. Don't listen to anyone. Use your own brain and focus on your requirement. Whoever is fulfilling your requirement, please choose that as a mentor, because your basic motto is go through with this examination, nothing else. So that's it, sir.
Okay, that's great. So again and again, I am getting same question, which coaching. So I'll repeat the same thing, that Namita joined me 2020 January batch, and he continued with me for around 6 to 7 months, and we completed the course. And finally, not as a coaching,
No, sir, I was with you, sir, for 10 months, sir.
Yeah, very right.
Until the examination was.
Until the examination. So basically, I do not believe in providing the course, rather I believe in providing the guidance and the mentoring, because that is more important. Every time when you feel depressed, when you feel like quitting, there should be someone to push you out of that dead end. So yes, that is very amazing. The next question I would like to ask you, that who are the people on this earth to whom would you compliment or acknowledge for your success?
Sir, it is obvious, sir, that without parents' blessing, nothing is possible. The first thing comes in our mind whenever we achieve something, or whenever we hurt somewhere. The first thing comes in our mind, that is our mother or father, parents. So obviously, sir, they have contributed. Their contribution is thankless. So I would like to acknowledge their names here. Without their blessing, it was not possible. And then I would like to mention your name, sir. And it is genuinely, sir. There's nothing like that. I have got some guidance from you. But as a human being, as a person, I would like to mention your name, sir. You motivated us in a very proper manner. So I would like to give all these credits to you, sir. And apart from this, I think myself.
Okay, that's great.
Yes, sir, some credit goes to me. Some credit goes to me too.
Obviously, the credit has to go to you. Okay, that's great. So I'll just inform all the scholars that at the end of the session, I am going to share the cutoff in the percentage form, because it is not available anywhere. Everywhere it is in the percentile form, and all of you are confused about how to convert percentile into percent. So that is the thing. At the end of the session, I am going to display that things. So I'll ask Namit to give few suggestions for the scholars for the upcoming exam. which is going to be scheduled in June 2021?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. Uh, First of all, stop wasting your time in the pursuing of materials. As I told you earlier, find one book which is useful. You find useful. Make that book as a specimen. And because if you keep on many books with you, at the last time when you want to revise all those things, it is very hard to get many things. To get collected, because if you have written something on some one other notebook and something on another notebook, and if you want to revise all those things, one or other topic will be left by you. So try to maintain only one book and try to everything at that book itself, so that, and try to write down at one place the gist, like something like this. What is note should be like this, that you have, if you study one or two pages, the note should be like 2 or 3 lines only. That is the note, that is known as note, gist. Okay, so we have to make some gist and of 2 or 3 lines. Then so it will be keep easy to make you revise all the things very on the easy manner. And one more thing I would like to say, that try to correlate the things while study. Why? How correlate means? Correlate means whenever you are studying something, please don't try to fix your thoughts towards that subject only. Means if you are studying English, don't try to fix your thoughts towards the English only. Things, other things also, whatever way you have studied. Means if you are studying about uh, some Victorian era, if you are studying about Victorian era, please try to think about the Indian situation at that time. Who was the viceroy, or what is the situation of India at that time when King Victoria was there? Who is the, all those things? If you correlate the things, it will help you to remember the things for a longer period, as well as it will give a clear idea about the India and British, because they ask questions from the relationship of India and British, because we have a colony of Britishers. So they ask some questions pertaining to this topic. So you have, if you keep on studying like this, or if you have, suppose if you have studied Wordsworth or romantic period in British literature, then try to correlate the things of Goethe and other writers of German literature who has also done something about romanticism, or American literature romanticism, when the romanticism in American literature started. So if you keep on studying like this, you will have some clear idea, distinguished idea actually. With this distinguished idea, if you find any question, if you don't aware of that question, you can negotiate the options likewise. So it will help you to get the correct answer by negation. And second thing is, have faith on you, because it is you who is going to face everything, whether it is failure or success. So have you faith on you, and think that if one I can do, means a person who has an average academic career and who is still in a job, if I can do, you can very well do. But just try to select a reason, a powerful reason for your purpose. You are preparing for UGC net. Who told you to prepare for this? It is not, we are it is not like we are preparing for IIT or NEET, that our parents have forcefully put to ourselves to prepare for UGC net, oh sorry, IIT or medical field. It is us who have choose this field, choose this line. So you have to do all the things for yourself only. So first of all, find some powerful reason that will keep on motivating you, pushing you towards your goal. And the second thing is, uh, once you find the proper reason, try to focus towards your goal. Don't try to debate, and stop making excuses, because no one is going to hear your excuses. If you fail, suppose if you fail, unfortunately you fail, do you think anyone is interested in your excuses, that I didn't get time, I have family problem, I have all this? No one is going to bother about all these things. The only one thing they want to know, okay, nahi hua na is baar, अरे होता है, अरे नहीं हो पाता है. So it is you. And the more thing, if they are not interested in your excuses, to whom you are going to excuses? Yourself only. You are trying to give excuse yourself. अरे यार मुझसे नहीं हो पा रहा, मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है, मेरे तो वहां पे बिजी, मेरा वहां शादी में फंक्शन था. So all these are excuses you are trying to give yourself. And why you need excuse? You don't need any excuse, because it is your decision. So why you are trying to make yourself fool? So stop making excuses at that particular moment and just try to focus. If you want to make excuses, then where you started making excuses, please quit it here only. If you don't want to, if you want to focus, if you want to really uh, achieve your goal, then stop making excuses. In spite of, use your that excuses as a challenge and challenge them that excuses. Okay, I don't have time, but still I will try to prove myself in this time only. So all these things will keep on motivating you. And the last but not the least, uh, so one thing is very clear, and you must understand, there is no secret of success. If you think that okay, someone will come and tell me, okay, this just ये पानी का गिलास है, इसको पी लो और सफलता हाथ ले, anything like this. Even Siddhartha has to leave his palace to become Gautam Buddha. Even Lord Rama has to leave his palace to become Rama and go to Guru Vasisht. So you have to give up your leisure. You have to come out from your comfort zone. You have to do something to get success. Success is not that much easy. It is very precious thing. So if you want to test the success, then obviously you have to make some sacrifices. You have to come out from your comfort zone. So please don't think, if anyone say that okay, you just read this book or that book for 1 month, 2 months, you will get. No, you have to do something. You have to put your hard work. You have to put your efforts to understand the things. So if you put your effort for 6 months, as I told you, with restricted materials, why I'm saying restricted materials, because if you want to just grab every material, you are not going to make a good house, because you have chuna pattar, cement, balu, boron. You must understand the proposition in which you have to mix all these contents. Then only you can make a good house.
Okay, thank you so much, Namit. Another question that I am getting around about a revision, that someone is asking that when should I start my preparation and when should I start the revision?
Yes, start your preparation from today onwards. After this session, you can start your preparation. It is very auspicious day actually today for starting anything new. So you can start your preparation today itself. And if I talk about revision, I personally did before examination, 1 month prior the examination, you start revision. But what is revision? I am not saying that you revise the books prior the 1 month. You have to finish the book prior the examination at least twice, and before examination, solid 1 month, you have to keep on solving the question papers. According to question papers, you have to revise the book. Means you don't have to read whole book for 1 month. You have to keep on solving the questions, and if you find any question that is confusing and that question is in book, so go to the book and have a clear idea about that question. And if you find that okay, this question, and one more thing I would like to say, please don't run after every question. Means every question means there are certain questions, they are very new. Okay, you don't find that question in any of the book. So don't think that okay, yeah, this question is not in this book. What kind of this book? So please don't run after every question. Every time you will find 20% questions like that. You have not had even for those questions, and you will not find anything shorty except Google, and sometimes not in the Google itself. So don't run after every question. You have to focus only on that area you have studied and you know already. So if you find any question, okay, this question is in this book, and you have some confusion between two options, go to the book and just try to clear your concept about that question. So likewise, for solid 1 month, you have to keep on as many as practice setters you can solve. You just solve, keep on solving. I keep on solving the question papers till the night 1 to 2. I forgot to sleep many times when I started solving the question papers, because it takes time to solve the question papers. So you will not believe many times I keep on solving up to 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my God.
So you have to do all these things, because question paper will give us some clear idea about the pattern of the questions. Because if you are preparing for UGC net, you can't study like a TGT, PGT, isn't it? There is difference between you are preparing for IS and you are studying for bank clerk. So there are difference between the pattern and the questions, so we have to understand the things. And how will you come to understand? When you solve the question papers, then you will come to know how they ask the questions.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for your golden words. One more question. Any specific suggestion for a fresher who has just started preparing?
Yes, because he's a fresher, sir, he's a tabula rasa. I mean, there's nothing in his mind, no worry, nothing. So I would like to tell you one thing. If you want to really clear one first attempt, please, it is a personal request, you can say, or it is a advice. I can say, या मेरा मतलब अंदर दिल से आपको रिक्वेस्ट है, ये एडवाइस भी है कि आप एक बार इस बुक को और केवीएस मदान की बुक को जरूर ट्राई करें, अगर आप पहली बार प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं तो. बिकॉज व्हाई आई एम सेइंग ऑल दिस थिंग्स, बिकॉज इफ यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग फर्स्ट टाइम, यू डोंट नो एनीथिंग लाइक मी, आई वाज नॉट अवेयर एनीथिंग. सो यू विल फाइंड एटलीस्ट when I started my preparation first with this book, I had a clear idea about all the writers of a certain era. Means if I talk about romantic age, then I understood, okay, in romantic age this much as writers. I was got confused between who is the in romantic age, who is in the Victorian age. I don't know anything. But with the help of this book, at least you will get some idea, distinguished idea. Okay, these writers pertaining to this era, these writers are pertaining to this era, and you will remember all the names of writers. So it will boost your confidence that yes, I know something. But if you start reading like history of British literature, okay, उपन्यास की तरह पढ़ते जा रहे हो, बट ये अगर आप उपन्यास की तरह पढ़ेंगे तो फिर आपको बस पढ़ते जा रहे हैं, आपको वो चीजें नहीं मिल रही है. बट अगर ऐसा पॉइंट चीजें आपको अगर याद आ रही हैं, आप पढ़ रहे हैं, आपने याद कर लिया पॉइंट टू पॉइंट, ओके ये राइटर ऐसा था, इसने ये लिखा, देन यू विल फील कॉन्फिडेंस कि अच्छा मुझे भी आता है कुछ. अदरवाइज keep on studying and finally you will find, और मुझे तो कुछ आता ही नहीं यार, ये कौन राइटर है. So all these things matters as a fresher. So as a fresher, I would suggest all of you, please have this book and give one chance to this book. And if you read this book, definitely you are going to crack in the first attempt with the KVS Madan. And as I told you, please start solving the question papers before studying the book.
Okay, another question that I am getting, that's a very important question, that being a employee or doing job somewhere, it's very difficult to get the time for study. So any specific, as you are yourself is in the profession and spending around 8 to 10 hours in your office, so how to take out time for a study for those scholars who are doing the job?
One thing I want to highlight here, sir. I don't think there would be any job where you can't carry your mobile or those stuffs, because mobile and internet is very, very important, basic thing for everyone. But I would like to mention that I'm in the certain job where I could not carry my mobile with me. So if you have in such a job where you can access on the internet, it doesn't mean that if you are in the job you don't get any time. Whenever you get time, even whenever I was in the office, I never try to study because I don't have anything to study, and no one wants to study in the office. Actually, it will give us some bad impression to your boss. So don't try to study in your office. But yes, if you have access to your mobile or internet, you can in your spare time you can check question papers, or you can check anything if it comes to your doubt. Because many times you trying to remember something and it doesn't come to your mind, and it feels very uneasy until you don't get the solution. So if you have mobile with you, you can clear your doubts and all those things. Apart from all these things, whenever you are at home, you will never get any time for study, because neither your boss nor your wife or parents are going to tell you, okay, go and study better after coming from the office. Okay, it is you have to you have to steal the time from your time itself. Means if you are busy in the office for 10 hours and you still have 14 hours, then you have to steal 3 to 4 hours from that 14 hours itself. And how you steal it is, you know very well how to steal and where to steal those times. Whether you stop sleeping, where you stop eating, whatever you can do. But you have to steal time, because as I told you, there is no shortcuts of success. So you have to put some extra effort towards this. And
Very
it will
right,
not.
very right, very right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so all of you must ignite the spark of fire inside you to keep yourself ignited all the time, motivated all the time to study. That is very, very important.
And
One more,
yes, sir.
yeah, one more question that will be probably the last question. That any suggestions for female students, because they have lots of household works, bringing up the children. Sometimes they are also involved in the job, so very less time for preparation. But there are some dreamers in the females who always want to achieve the apex of success.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. Especially for the female uh, scholars who has married, they don't get time to study. It is obvious, sir. But one thing I would like to suggest here, sir, that it is your dream. Okay, you made it. You find it as your passion, as a dream. No one is told you that you just nourish this dream. Okay, you develop this dream. It is your dream. Then why you think, or why you uh, आप ऐसा क्यों दूसरे से अपेक्षा करते हैं? Why do you think that someone else will help you to get your dream true? No, it is you who has to do something to get your dream true. So I understand that there's many challenges, but once I saw an interview, sir, of a female who got IS in UPSC examination. She told in her interview, sir, that she didn't get any time for study, sir, or never. Their parents, means uh, their husband, her husband, her father-in-law, mother-in-law never supports her in her studies. What she used to do, she used to do all the course of the house, and after 10 o'clock in the night, sir, after 10 o'clock in the night, she started studying, and up till 3 o'clock in the morning, she keep on studying, sir. And she hardly slept for 2 to 3 hours, 3 to 5, 3 to 6. So this would be the comment. If you have some dream, then you have to do something to fulfill your dream to come true. So it is you who is going to do something. No one is going to support you. No one is going to make you that okay. But once you done it, you make it, then everyone is on your feet.
Very right. So the crown of success that you have got, that shows that how much pain and blood that you have utilized for achieving the success. And this is the message for all the scholars, that you have to do the sweating, and many nights you have to sacrifice, many anniversaries and birthday parties of your friends you will have to sacrifice. So all sacrifices are required if you want to get the succcess.
Yes,
One more
sir. For
question.
one thing, sir, I would like to add here, as you mentioned about Usain Bolt, sir. In one of his interview, Usain Bolt told that people only see that 1 minute's race, or 97 second race, 90 second race, but people never try to look into the hardship he put before that race. He told that he keep on running, keep on practicing, he keep on dieting, all these things that put a lot of effort, lot of sweat, sir. He could not eat as per his desire. He could not uh, go outing. He just came on the track at 4 o'clock, and he used to there up to 12 o'clock in the noon, and again he came on the track in the evening, sir. So there everywhere, if there will you find some success, definitely, sir, there will be some hidden hardship.
Really, really. Okay. One inquiry that I am getting, that whether this World Literature in Your Fist is the latest edition. It is the latest reprint edition is available in the market now. So whatever the book you are buying, it is the reprint edition where all the typographical errors are removed and some of the topics are added. So already the book is published, the new version of is published, and you can buy whatever the book you are getting is the latest edition. Whereas the PDF which is circulating in the various WhatsApp group, it is the non-edited book, which is having lots of errors. So you may find it a bit difficulty in reading that PDF. Okay, so one more question is asked by one of the scholar. How you prepared specifically about cultural studies and literary criticism?
Sir, that thing I was totally dependent on your classes, sir, to be frank, sir, because uh, I don't think how people will take it, but yes, it is true that I have nothing except your book, and if I have in extra something, then that is your class, sir, and I totally uh, dependent on your classes. Whatever you have told us about literary criticism or cultural studies, I found that is more than sufficient. That there was nothing else uh, on those topics because you covered everything, and in this book also everything is covered in a nice manner. You will find, even this time they ask questions from those topics. Almost questions are there in this book, so I don't find any difficulties, sir, in those things.
Okay, so Tanmay, I'll take your question after a few minutes. Yeah, one thing is very important, that the literary concepts, theory, and criticism. Understanding the concept is very important. So if you are reading the book, there may be the chances you cannot get the concept, and you need a mentor or a guru who can make you understand the concept. That is very important, because nowadays the questions are conceptual based. They are not asking the author's name or year's name. So you have to understand the concept of literary criticism and cultural studies. That is very, very important. Okay, so I'll ask all the scholars last 5 minutes to ask you doubts personally. You can unmute yourself and you can ask your doubt. First question is coming from Tanmay. Okay, basically he's asking a question that when he is preparing, there are so many things to remember, and many times he keep on forgetting the things. So is there any way to keep those things retained in the mind?
Yes, sir. Tanmay sir, if you are keep on forgetting the things, it means you are on right track, sir. Because you have something to forget. Okay, it means you are doing well. If you don't have anything to forget, it means you are not on the right track. If you are to keep on forgetting, because it is human tendency, Tanmay sir, that we all forget everything. No one can remember everything that we study. So there are things you will keep on forgetting, keep on remembering. So just maintain this rhythm. Keep on remembering, keep on forgetting. Keep on remembering, keep on forgetting. Just keep this rhythm, sir. And there is no solution that you can't forget anything, because we are human beings, sir. We are not computers. We have to forget the things, and this is very good for our health also. Because if you don't forget the things, the things will keep on haunting you. Okay, if you don't get success in any exam, the things will keep on haunting. So it is very good to forget. But still, sir, I would like to tell you that if you keep on forgetting, sir, I just want to show one thing to you, to everyone actually. I don't know whether it is visible or not.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is a
yeah.
chart. This is a chart paper. This is a chart paper. I will tell you what is the meaning of this chart paper. This is a chart paper. I have 4 5 chart paper like this, and when I sit for studies, I just pasted all the chart papers all the around my chair on the walls. And what I did with these chart papers, I did with, suppose I am studying a romantic period. Okay, so as Tanmay sir mentioned that I have a tendency to forget. So what I did when I started studying a romantic period, I just write down first thing. I wrote down all the writers of romantic period at the side with on the chart paper. It means it will keep on me giving the thing that okay, all these writers belongs to romantic age only, and I'm studying the romantic age only now. So I will whenever I look like this, okay, all these are. I don't have to mutter or all that, or I have to read out the names. Just I have to look for 1 2 second. Okay, along with their time period in the chronological order. If you write in the chronological order, the things will automatically paste in your mind. If you see the things in a that pattern, you just look for 1 to 2 minutes, and then you start studying. Whenever you find anything important, I'm not telling that you wrote everything, but whenever you find anything, any quotation, any work that is important, just write down with the writer's name. Suppose Wordsworth, I have written here Wordsworth Prelude, all the 14 works, when in which work he talked about the spot of light, in which work he talked about Coleridge, in which work he talked about the London, all this university, California University. So all like this, you can write down the things. So what will how it will you help you? It will help you. Suppose you have finished your romantic period. Now you switch over to Victorian period. Okay, but you have a glance of whole romantic period. Okay, and now you are switched to the Victorian period. You are started Victorian period, but there are certain things like suppose if you find some reference of Wordsworth, like Byron told something about Wordsworth. Okay, you just write down here. So it will help you to remember all these things about Byron, about Jane Austen, like Sathe mentioned. Uh, uh, Sorry, I forget the name. Something someone has made some criticism about someone. Then all these things, if you write down on the paper, it will help you to remember all those things. You will not forget. If you forget the things, you can have a glance and okay, recollect the things. Okay, this writer has written this thing, and this writer belongs to this period. Likewise. So it will be helpful. I have many charts. One chart I've showed you, and I have one more chart here. So as you can see, and don't paste this chart. Please don't paste, because if you paste, you will ruin the other side of the chart. You have to utilize both the side. Okay. So likewise you can enhance your understanding, and you if you do like this, still you will, there are chances you will forget the things, but there are more chance you will remember the things. Because if you forget the things and you try to clear the things, clear the concept, it will be very easy to understand the thing for a longer period.
Very well, very well. Really charming strategy that you explained to everyone. You have surrounded yourself with literature. So I think if instead of checking hemoglobin in your blood, if we check the level of literature, it will be more than the hemoglobin.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the next question can be asked by anyone. You can unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
Everyone like me, sir. Everyone is like me.
Everyone has the question but they do not want to ask.
Everyone thinks that someone else should ask this question.
Okay. Okay, so if anyone want to ask a question, last 1 minute. I am receiving several questions in the text message. One question by Priya Rani. Sir, please tell how do you studied research methodology?
Yes, research methodology, actually, this is a topic which belongs to paper 1 as well as paper 2. There are slightly difference between paper 1 and paper 2, but most of the part is similar for both the papers. So as I told you that research methodology, you can very well rely on the KVS Madan's book. He has given in a very proper manner about research methodology. There are some certain topics he left in his book. For that, you can choose any of the social networking like YouTube. If you find anything that I'm not able to understand, if you have someone to guide you, then please seek help of him. And if you don't want to anyone as a guide or a mentor, then you can very well take help from YouTube or Google to understand the things. And for that, you have to solve the previous question papers. Then only you will come to know that okay, this portion of this topic is not in the book, because you have to understand that whatever content in this book is sufficient or not. For that, you have to solve the question papers. Once you solve the question paper, you will find that okay, this topic is not in this book. Like if we talk about the KVS Madan, he has not given the checking tool of research methodology. So okay, so if you find okay, this question has been asked by UGC Net, so you just go and check in the Google and write down the important things about that particular topic. If you don't want to take any help from any mentor.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Namit. The next question is asked by Prisi. Sir, the only thing that troubles me a lot is criticism and theory.
So, have you ever tried to know how many questions they ask from this section? If you feel trouble, then leave it. Then why you allow this section to make you trouble? And first thing I would like to suggest to that if you feel trouble and if keep on haunting you, please just try to make a battle with this. Like for example, I would like to give my example. Shakespeare was like a nightmare for me, but I just tried make a battle with him, and I studied almost all his dramas. Likewise, I just try to remember all the characters from his drama. So likewise, if you feel that okay, it is not my cup of tea, then try to give more time, more attention towards that particular topic or particular theory. And there is nothing in this world that cannot be understood. Okay, you can very well understand everything. Read once, twice, thrice, as many times as you can, but just read out, read out. First you will study. There maybe you should not get the idea about behind that topic. But if you read twice, thrice, definitely you are slowly will getting some idea.
Okay, thank you so much, Namit. The next question is by Pralay Roy. Tell me something about Indian literature.
To be frank, Indian literature is not that much important for UGC net, I think, because they hardly ask 2 questions, 3 questions, hardly, and you can very well skip. Not skip actually. For me, I first time when I appeared, I didn't study anything about Indian literature because the book I have got from Kalyani Valat, it was not there anything from. So I was not actually aware that Indian literature is also asked by them. I was in a perception that Indian literature means they will ask about Kabir, Tulsi. So that's really, sir, really, I'm not joking, sir. Really, I was in the perception that what is Indian literature? Indian literature means our writers, na, sir. So I was in the perception that okay, they will ask about Kabir. I will tell them who is Kabir. But when I find the question, then I realize okay, Indian literature means English literature. So, but after that, I didn't pay much attention towards Indian literature. I just gone through whatever material in this book. That is more than sufficient. That was more because there are very less writers. Those are asked by UGC net. 4 or 5 writers you will, if you study, then it will be okay. You can very well solve the questions.
Okay, that's great. Next question is asked by Diksha. She has 2 questions. First question is, sir, how to relate what we study and questions asked in the exam? Sometimes what I read, I could not connect with the question asked in the exam. This is the first question. And the second question is how to analyze the question papers.
Yes, how to analyze the question paper. So see, you found one question paper, and what is analyzing of question paper? We often think that analyzing of question paper is try to find out the answer of the questions. It is not the analyzing of the question paper. Analyzing means if you find any question paper by UGC net, first try to check how many questions are asked from which particular literature, means British literature, American literature, German literature, cultural studies, literary criticism. First thing you should understand this thing, that majority of the questions are from this section. If you understand the thing, then try to find out which writer is given more. Likewise, if I tell you that they ask a question from the university bits almost every alternate year, not a year, every alternate examination, that among all of these, who is not university bits, or among all of these, who is university bits. This time also in my shift I found such type of question. Okay, so silly question, very silly question, but they ask this question. So likewise, you have to find out where they emphasize, means they got such questions every alternate examination. So, and the one another thing, like syllables, how many syllables are there? Such questions they repeat alternately or sometimes continuously. So you have to find out which writer, means they try to emit Shakespeare from their syllabus. I think they don't ask any that question from syllabus nowadays. This time they ask some, very hard passage from Shakespeare, King Lear. So you don't find any that questions from Shakespeare. So don't waste your time on Shakespeare, because no matter how deep you study Shakespeare, you are not going to make it. You have to make some guess. But yes, if you have studied Shakespeare, then there you will have some concept about Shakespeare. At least you will come to know what is the theme of this passage or what is the theme of this question. So likewise, analyzing means you have to understand which writer is important, which era is important. Like if I say postmodern era from British literature, have you found how many questions do you found from last five exams of UGC net from any question from postmodern era? Hardly one or two questions. Someone Simon Senior about someone senior wrote. I don't think many questions you will find. Hardly one two questions. But nowadays in this shift, this examination, they ask I think 3 to 4 questions from them. So they keep on switching the pattern. They keep on switching the question papers. But there are certain things they keep on repeating the same things, like Romantic period, Victorian period. These periods are very important. They ask every time questions from these periods, like Charles Dickens. They will ask character from Charles Dickens novel. You don't have to study every novel of Charles Dickens. What they usually ask, they ask character's name, settings. That's it. From all the chronological order of the novels of Charles Dickens. You have to remember all these things very particularly, and just all you can have a general idea just about all those things. So likewise, we should analyze the question paper like Chaucer, the major writers. You can see. So we have to understand that where we have to focus more, where we can skip the things slowly, partially. So all these things known as the analyzing the question paper.
Okay, that's great. Really amazing. Thank you, Namit. Thank you so much for sparing your around 2 hours, the very precious time, and sharing your valuable knowledge. Generally, the successful people, they escape from sharing their secrets of success, but you really deserve a huge round of applause from my side for sharing your excellent views and thoughts.
Sir,
yes.
There's no secret, sir. Yes, because success is, if you got success, or if you do anything, there should be no secret except hard work. You have to put hard work. You have something extraordinary, then only you can do all those things. So likewise, I told you that I have prepared the charts. I keep on solving the question papers late up to the late night, and I will suggest all of you, please go try all these things once while you are preparing for any examination. This will going to very helpful for your preparation. So
thank you so much, Namit. There is one question for me, whether the book for paper 2 is a reprinted version. Yes, it is. The reprinted version is available in the market now, Pavitra. You can buy whatever the book you get from the market. The hard copy is the reprinted version. The next question is by Parkvi Nagarajan. How to convert percentile into percentage? So now it's time to say thanks again to Namit for sharing your valuable and very precious thoughts.
Thank you, sir. Strategies. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, the recording of the session will be available in the YouTube. As soon as it is uploaded, it will be available allwhere. And now the very important moment has arrived, where I am going to share the cutoff in the percentage form. I have derived some methods to convert percentile into the percentage form, so that all those approaches which is spreading all around, that how many people have left their chances with how many percentage or how many questions. So those approaches will not be there now. So I'm just going to share my screen, and you will be able to find out the cutoff of all the categories. For assistant professor, the general cutoff is 54%. And for JRF, it is 63.9%. For the EWS category, it is 49.6, and JRF is 54.5. For OBC, it is 48%, and JRF is 53%. For SC, it is 44%, and JRF is 53.1. And for SC, it is 41.4% and 48.9%. So this is almost 99.9% correct. Thank you all of you for joining, and thank you, Namit, so much, and kindly accept my request for supporting me in running this true education system in our Indian society.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I really feel honored, sir, to be part of this, sir, and to be association of this, sir.
Thank you so much, Namit, and thank you all the scholars for joining and getting the help from this platform. Thank you so much. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Good night.